Oh, whoa! Didn't see you there. Well, hello, ladies and gents, and welcome to the Pacific. But not the Pacific Ocean. Calm down, guys. So, anyway, guys, let's go on the road to the ocean. But there's no road to the ocean, so be careful for that, too. Alright, so welcome aboard, my Hades. My name is Captain Lutz, and today we're going to take a trip around the Pacific and hop right in. Alright, so the war in the Pacific began on December 7, 1941, in which a telegram, which the U.S. told Japan to back off from China, and just leave it by itself, or they would take back everything that they had. But the U.S. took that all back and decided to withdraw from China and say goodbye to a diplomatic relationship. Ooh, U.S. being bad. So now that led to the Pearl Harbor bombing. Now, because of this, the Japanese was quick to take over Southeast Asia. It seemed as if the Japanese was doing well, but on May 7th to the 9th in 1942, the Japanese were defeated during the Battle of the Coral. The U.S. needed to turn themselves around with the Allies, so they came up with their strategy of island hopping, in which they invaded all the Japanese-controlled islands in the Pacific one by one until they reached the point of Formosa and the Philippines. And on June 4th to the 5th, 1942, the Japanese were defeated again at the Battle of the Midway. And in 1943, the Americans became very sneaky and intercepted Japanese radio transmissions, so the Americans knew Japan's next move. That sounds a lot like something Nixon would do, huh? Ah! Alright. Now, by this point, they were leapfrogging through the Solomon Islands and New Guinea, cutting off strong Japanese position and using air superiority to prevent rescue of the isolated troops. They pushed through the Central Pacific and in a series of ambitious invasions, then decided whether to split the Japanese Empire in half by capturing Formosa or the Philippines. And at this point, Americans had a high industrial output and was greatly higher than the Japanese, so this is a very big advantage for them. And now, in 1944, the Americans devastated the Japanese fleet in air raids and put isolation of commission out for the rest of the war. So basically, the Japanese were just done and in much trouble. Now, the Allies went to take over the Philippines and destroyed much of what lay in their paths. And by 1945, the U.S. used American B-29 bombers for air raids on Japanese industrial troops and destroyed entire cities. Now, to end the war, the U.S. decided to use their atomic bombs on Hiroshima, which they did. They bombed, and the Japanese still didn't surrender, so they bombed Nagasaki, and that is when the Japanese decided to surrender and come to terms with the U.S. agreements. And that is it for the war in the Pacific, everybody. Okay, we're done.